is the portrait of a city that began as El Pueblo de San Jose a century and a half ago. But from that humble beginning, the city grew. Nurtured by man's vision and man's enterprise, it was inevitable that nature's generosity would be used wisely and well. Today, the city of San Jose is a splendid monument to a century and a half of American progress. Government by the people has ever been the keystone of freedom. Here, the representatives of the people direct the affairs of the community. It is a symbol of democracy, and as such, it reflects the pride and confidence of all the people. The very lifeblood of a city flows through its post office. In San Jose, the imposing home of that federal agency is centrally located in a sphere of unhurried tranquility. The San Jose Civic Auditorium answers the need for the cultural life of the community. Though the city's traffic has quadrupled in recent years, San Jose's broad streets and boulevards have proved more than adequate. Organizations and civic-minded companies have been responsible for the progress of a city's growth. In the vanguard, this company is one which for over 75 years has been devoted to the supply of a vast assortment of tools and equipment necessary to do the job at hand. From the tiny plot of the backyard gardener to the vast acres of commercial farming, from basement hobbyist to giant construction company, every modern device needed is to be found here. Want to go fishing? Want to hunt ducks? Want to play ping pong? Whatever your favorite sport, you'll find here the very finest of equipment designed to give guaranteed, lasting, and efficient service. In order to retain the confidence of the community, it is necessary that service be the cornerstone of private enterprise. Only through such a policy has this organization continued to prosper and grow. Beautifully framed by the spreading branches of ageless trees, we find the headquarters of city government. Here are located the offices of mayor, city council, and police department. It is your police department, and no finer group may be found anywhere. On them falls the responsibility of maintaining law and order. These men are responsible for safety on the highways. With tireless efficiency and trained alertness, they are charged with the job of saving lives and preventing accidents. Remember, the life they save may be your own. Symbol of hope and healing, every modern miracle of medical science is employed. On the staff at the various hospitals of San Jose are to be found the most skilled physicians and surgeons. With the magic of our camera, we take you back now over a half century. Do any of you remember San Jose when it looked like this? Ah, those were the days. Or were they? But 84 years ago, long before the photographer was setting up his old box camera to take that last picture, a man had an idea. As it turned out, the idea was pretty good. He said to himself, I'll open a shop and I'll sell nothing but the best and I'll stay in business. And that's just what he did, and that's just where he is, still in business. And so quality paid off. As a result of undivided attention to providing the very best, it is possible for the citizens of San Jose to come here and shop with complete satisfaction. How many of you husbands call to pop the question with a box of this candy under your arm? Yes, and it's a good bet that your dad did, too. The success of many a gala party has been born here. Weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, and other events of great importance have been graced by the product of these skilled craftsmen. Remember that old slogan, dine out at least once a week, particularly when you know just where to go to get the finest in food and service. No more historical spot in all California can be found to equal the Santa Clara mission. The Padres of long ago gave spiritual as well as practical assistance to the early settlers and Indians. Schools were founded, and young and old alike were taught to read and write. Yes, even to till the soil and harvest the crops. Here we see a stately monument erected to the Franciscan fathers who, under Father Junipero Serra, founded the great chain of missions along El Camino Real from San Diego to Monterey. A day of pride to both student and parent. The exercise of graduation is indeed a milestone in life. A day of commencement for greater things to come. For as we watch, we know that in our own way of life, any one of these may someday attain greatness and world renown. Typical of the architecture of its day is the Lauraville residence. It still stands in quiet dignity, a reminder of a gentler day before living had developed so many of its present-day complications. In sharp contrast, we find here preparations underway for the development of a new and modern area of living. Over 300 acres have been set aside on which will be built hundreds of compact, modern dwellings, for progress never stops. This is an investment in the future based on the belief that growth is inevitable. Functional in design and ultra-modern in equipment and accessory, every home is constructed of the best in materials and by the most skilled of workmen, built for lasting use and enjoyment. Nothing has been overlooked to provide the ultimate in comfort and livability. These rooms were planned with great care to provide the maximum of living with a minimum of effort on the part of the lady of the house. Closet space for every need, modern plumbing and gleaming tile to simplify household chores make these homes the delight of every feminine visitor. The lovely Santa Clara Valley has long been noted for the quality and variety of its agricultural products. This fruit is picked and immediately rushed to local canneries by truck to be canned and preserved quickly to retain the tree-ripened freshness. In the gentle climate of San Jose, flowers of every description grow in delightful profusion. The municipal rose garden is the mecca of tourists and flower lovers from all parts of the world. In flower shows throughout America, San Jose roses are always to be found in the list of prize winners. Back in the days when Mom and Dad wore linen dusters and when motoring was more of an adventure than a pleasure, motor car dealers were hardy pioneers. So now in his modern home, that early pioneer of motoring service can depend on continued support of those whom he served so long and so well. But nothing is left to chance or guess. Every modern facility known to engineering science is here to diagnose and correct the ills of the faithful family car in a service department that lives up to its name. Of course, we can't guarantee all of the extras shown in this picture, but we do know that never before has a modern motor car been so beautiful and so dependable. And here you can be confident that it will be sold to you with integrity and responsibility. A quiet testimonial to gracious living is the beautiful country club. Its well-appointed club rooms have been the scene of countless gala parties. In this great country of bountiful plenty, the supermarket is as much a part of the American scene as baseball. But there was a time when there was no supermarket, when Mother traded at the corner grocery with a man who was an integral part of the neighborhood. From just such a beginning, this San Jose enterprise was begun, to grow and to prosper through service and integrity. And as it grew, new methods were adopted, new equipment installed. Gleaming refrigeration of the latest type is a part of every store of this large and friendly organization. Great care is taken to provide quality merchandise under the most sanitary conditions, packaged in handy containers that make shopping a pleasure. San Jose State College stands as a symbol of higher learning for the young men and women in the Santa Clara Valley. A fully accredited institution, its wide range of courses embraces all of the arts, sciences, and professions. San Jose State is the oldest public educational institution in California. Adjacent to the college, in the very shadow of their next goal in the search for knowledge, are these young students of one of San Jose's 2 senior high schools. Academic standards are high in San Jose's school system, which, in addition to the high schools, includes 15 elementary, 4 junior high, and 11 kindergarten schools to round out the splendid educational facilities available to all children. Much to be looked forward to throughout the year is the annual pageant, Color Day celebration. The Queen of Color Day wears the gown of liberty, truly a beacon light in a world which looks to all of America with hope and confidence for the future.